Shabbat Shalom, Israel Shalom. Before we begin, Ka Halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopefully elect. Today's lesson will be titled, It's the Flesh versus the Spirit. Because as soon as you come into the truth, man, you got a spiritual demon Satan coming at you, man, 25/8, From sun up to sun down, man, he coming at you. Especially when you start slacking at reading, praying, fasting, whatever the case may be, man. He's saying there's opportunities to attack you, man, to please the flesh, man. You don't want to please the flesh in the truth. You want to stay in the spirit and stay on fire at all times, man. Even though it may be some days or sometimes you don't feel like reading or whatever the case may be, man, you still gotta do it, man. Just cut on the video and listen to the elders, man, so you can stay in the spirit, man. Because as soon as you drawing away, that's when he's saying there's opportunity, man, for you to lust or do whatever the case may be, man. So, and then you might have, he can get you to be tempted to smoke, masturbate, fornicate, commit adultery, whatever the case may be, man. And then you go have Jake, wicked ass Jake, saying, Eve out here calling your phone, trying to get you to smoke, trying to get you to do whatever the case may be, man. And they gonna have it sound real good, Oh shit, man. Hey, you got some weed, bro? Oh shit, you ain't got no weed? Shit, you might well come with me, man. Smoke shorty in there. Everybody want us to come over. Shorty said she like it. Nah, man, you can't deal with those things, man. Cause as soon as you go over there, as soon as you go over there, man, and you sin or whatever the case may be, you just bringing more evil spirits upon yourself, And then that one time you sin, man, can lead to your death, So you want to fear the Lord, man, because on the way over there, man, to go smoke, man, you can get in a car wreck, man, or after you smoke, man, shit, you might be too high, whatever the case may be. You done got too drunk, and now you can't drive home. You can't even drive correctly. Now you done swerved off the road or did some dumb shit, got a DUI or had a car accident, man. And so you gotta fear the Lord, man, cause that one time you sin, man, you go swear you just doing it this one time. That one time go turn to 2 times, 2 times go turn to 5 times, and so forth and so forth, man. So you don't want to please the flesh, man. You want to please the spirit, not the flesh, man. It's a constant battle between them each and every day at 24/7, man. It's a constant battle, Spiritual demon Satan can have you at work and shit. You see this fine woman, she might have a nice little body. She real pretty, but she got a ring on her finger, man. And you done overheard her conversation with her friends talking about her husband, how everything ain't going right in the household, whatever the case may be. But she see you, she trying to come on to you. She flirting with you, whatever the case may be, and now she trying to come home with you. Have sex with you, man. You can't get into that, man. She got a husband, man. You don't want to commit adultery, man. You don't want to fornicate out here. None of that, man. You want to do those things, man. It's okay to tell people no, man. It's okay to avoid those situations, man. The more wicked situations you avoid, the better your outcome going to be, So we'll begin with the book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 1. Say, my son, if thou canst hear the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, prepare thy soul for temptation. So, once you come into the truth, man, you got to prepare your soul for temptation, man. You got to prepare your soul for all this wickedness that you're going to see, man, and all these evil spirits, man, that's going to try to draw you away from the spirit and try to get you to please the flesh, man. So you got to do all these things, man. You got to do the afflictions. You got to do everything, man, that come with this truth. Verse 2 says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, man. So you gotta set your heart aright, man, and constantly endure, man. You gotta be strong. You gotta be strong in the truth, man. This truth ain't for the weak, man. That's why they say, for many are called, but few are chosen, man. Because a lot of people stuck in their ways, man. A lot of people want to smoke weed, smoke their black and mild, smoke their vapes, whatever the case may be, man. You gotta learn how to avoid those situations, man, and learn how to turn away from those things. You gotta learn how to repent, So he said, verse 2 again, he said, set the heart upright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble, man. So once again, man, you want to constantly endure this thing, man. Even during the time of trouble, man, you want to constantly endure, man. You don't want to be too quick in your actions, man, that get you to go off, man, or to get you to curse the Lord, man, because you're going through the afflictions and tribulations, man, you know. So, man, you got to endure all those things. And we're getting in the book of James, chapter 1, verse 12, and it reads, blessed is the man that endure temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life. So, man, the one that is during that temptation, man, the one that be holy and be set apart, man, learn how to avoid those situations, learn how to tell the spiritual demon Satan no, and just start reading or whatever the case may be, man. He could be the one that get that crown of life, man. That crown of life, getting beaten up in the chariots, man, being saved, you know, getting the everlasting life, man, and ruling in the kingdom. Because you endured all the temptation, man. You endured the things of the flesh. You know, you stayed in the spirit, man. You stayed on fire. You ain't want to get drawn away and go back into the world, man. Because that's the only thing gonna lead you to do. It's like it. That's the only thing gonna lead you to do. So verse 12 from the top again. Blessed is the man that endure temptation. For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. You know, if you love the Most High, man, you gonna be out here doing the will that he commanded us to do, which is follow Allah's commandments, preach and teach the truth, man, be out on the highways and byways for a living sacrifice, waking up the elect, you know. So, man, he said, verse 13, he said, let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the Most High. For the Most High cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempt he any man, man. So once again, when you was tempted, man, you can't say, man, shit, the Most High tempted me to do this. Now it's a spiritual demon Satan. Even though the Most High, Yahweh Bashim outside is controlling Satan, you still being tempted by Satan, man. He say, for Yahweh cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempt he any man. So once again, the Most High can't not tempted with evil. He not tempted with any evil, man. Neither he tempt any man. So verse 14 say, but every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. So, man, once you get cold in the truth, once you start reading or praying, whatever the case may be, man, that's when the spiritual demon Satan, man, the evil spirits, man, that's when they send that opportunity to jump on you, man, to get you to lust, get you to masturbate, whatever the case may be, man. Verse 15, he said, then when lust have conceived, it bring forth sin. And sin, when it is finished, bring forth death, you know. So shit, the only thing that sin is doing, man, it bring forth death, you know. So that's why you want to stay in the spirit, man, stay on fire, man. Because once you start sinning, man, and going back to this world, man, you're going to be destroyed for that, man. The Most High go see that. The angels seeing that, man, they writing it down, sending it back to the Most High, man. That's going to be part of your judgment. So you want to repent from all those evil doings, man, and endure those things. It's the book of Galatians, chapter 5, and verse 16. He said, this I say, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh, man. So once again, man, when you walk in the spirit, man, and stay on fire, man, and continue to read and pray, man, you won't fulfill the lust of the flesh, man. You ain't go please the flesh, man, because it's a constant battle between the flesh and the spirit, man, and you're going to continue to win that spiritual battle if you stay on fire, man. As soon as you get lukewarm in the truth, as soon as you get colder to the truth, man, that's when the flesh go start winning, man. Because that's what it does, man. The flesh is weak, but you know, the spirit is the spirit can be weaker at times too, man. That's why you gotta continue to build your spirit up, man. So when you is tempted, you don't give it to the flesh, you know. This verse 17. He said, for the flesh lusts against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary contrary the one to the other. So contrary is basically mean the opposite, you know. So it's a battle between those each and every day, man. Every hour of the day, man. Every minute of the day, man. He say, verse 17 again. He say, and these are contrary the one to another, man. So the flesh wants you to please the flesh, man. The flesh wants you to sin and the lust and the smoke cigarettes and have sex and the masturbate, etc. But the spirit wants you to read, pray, do what's right, man. The will that Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh commanded us to do, you know. That's why they the complete opposite. He say, so that ye cannot do the things that ye. Oh, so I read it, verse 17 from the top again. For the flesh lusts against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. So once again, man, that spirit, your spirit, is what helping you to not sin, man, not give it to the flesh, you know. So that's why you want the spirit to win. That's why you want to build up the spirit each and every day, so that you can win those. So you can win the battle against the flesh each and every day, you know. Get a quick precept real quick. First Peter chapter 2, and we read verse 11. I start at verse 11, and it reads, dearly beloved, I beseech you, as strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lusts, which war against the soul. So, you know, abstain just means choose not to, you know, to restrain those things. So we say verse 11 from the top, dearly beloved, I beseech you, as strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lust. So, man, you want to choose not the fleshly lust, man, which war against the soul, man. So once again, man, you turning away, not doing the things of the lust, man. That's a win for the spirit, man. Cause what it say which war against the soul, man. So it's the flesh. It's a war, man. Literally, a spiritual war between the flesh and the spirit, man. So you wanna endure these things, man, and build your spirit up. So you're not giving it to the flesh, man. Cause soon as you start giving it to the flesh, man, that's when more and more spirit is gonna come upon you, man, and going to get you to sin, man. You don't want to be out here sinning and doing wickedness, man. Cause that sin is gonna lead unto death, you know. So let me jump to the book of Romans, the 8th chapter. It's the book of Romans, chapter 8. We'll read verse 4. We'll start at verse 4. That the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit. So once again, man, verse 4 from the top. That the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us, man, and who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit. So, man, that law, man, is within us, man. When you walking after the spirit, man, not after the flesh. It's verse 5. He said, for they that are after the flesh do mind things of the flesh. So, man, the one that after the flesh, man, they the one that's gonna please the flesh, man. He said, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. So, you know, the ones that believe in his truth, man, have that faith, man, and follow the laws, commandments, man. They the ones that do things of the spirit, man. That's the will of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh. It's verse 6. He said, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritual minded is life and peace, man. So the one that's out here being carnally minded, man, out here being in the world, man, thinking they can still smoke, the ones that's turning away from the truth to go back into the world, they the ones that's gonna be destroyed for that, man. But verse 7, like he say, verse 6, like he say, but to be spiritual minded is life and peace, man. So the one that's out here spiritual minded, out here doing the laws, commandment, the will that the Heavenly Father commanded us to do, they the one that go get the life and peace, man. They the one that's gonna rule in the kingdom, man. And they gonna be the one that they gonna be at peace now. Cause right now we ain't at peace. We still in captivity, man. So we still doing the works that the Most High commanded us to do, man. So because we don't do the work, we just gonna continue to be in captivity, you know. And shit, you're not doing the works, man, you're just gonna be destroyed for that. It's just that simple. So this verse 7 now, He said, because the carnal mind is enmity against Yahweh, for it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can it be. Say it can be. So you know what I'm saying? Verse 7 from the top, because carnal mind is in enmity against the Most High, for it is not subject to the law of the Most High. So you know what I'm saying? Be carnally minded to be in this world, man. That's not the things of the Most High, man. That's not following after the laws. He said, neither there indeed can be. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High, man. So the one that's in the flesh, man, they can't please Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, you know. Because you out here sinning, man. You doing the thing that the Most High commanded us not to do, you know. So how is you going to please the Most High? You're not pleasing the Most High. So this verse 9, he say, but ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit. If so, be that the spirit of the Most High dwell in you. Now, if any man have not the spirit of Hamashiach, he is none of his. So once again, man, verse 9 from the top. Shalaki. But ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit, man. So the one that follow Allah's commandments, man, and being holy, man, out here being living sacrifice for the Most High, we the one that's in the spirit. You know, he say, if so, be that the spirit of the Most High dwell in you, man. So the Most High dwelling in us, man. He working through us to wake up our people, man, to wake up the elect, so we can be saved out of this Esau wicked ass kingdom. He say, now if any man have not the spirit of Hamashiach, as in the spirit of Christ, he is none of his, man. So you ain't none of his, man. If you out here fulfilling the flesh, man. The Most High ain't dealing with you, man. If you out here fulfilling the flesh and etc., man. He only dealing with the ones that is doing the works, man. That's out here following God's commandments, you know. And I bring up the book of Job, cause just like the account in Job, man, when Job was a righteous man, but the devil still came and tried him, you know. The Most High told the devil, man, go try him, man. He said, do whatever you want, but just don't kill him, you know. So this is the book of Job, chapter 2, and I start at verse 1, and it reads, I start at verse 1. So it says, Satan asked to test Job further. So he said, again, there was a day when the sons of Yahweh came to present themselves before the Lord. So the sons of power came to present themselves before the Lord. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua. And Satan came also. He said, and Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord. And the Lord said unto Satan, from whence comest thou? And Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down it. And the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feared Yahweh, and escheweth evil? So he said, and escheweth evil, and I forgot what the word escheweth means. It's like basically like avoid evil, you know. And so he said, and still he holdeth fast his integrity. So his honesty, you know what I'm saying? Integrity just means honesty. He said, although thou movest me against him to destroy him without cause. And Satan answered the Lord and said, skin for skin, yeah. All that a man hath would he give for his life. But put forth thine hand now and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face. So Satan trying to say that Job is going to curse the Most High, man, after he do these things to him. He saying the Lord said unto Satan, behold, he is in thy hand, but save his life. So Most High tell him, like, hey, yeah, you could go down here, you can mess with Job, you know what I'm saying? You could do whatever you want, you could do whatever you want to him, but just don't kill him, man. That's what spiritual Satan did, man. He went, killed his family, you know, made Job lose all his things, man, all his riches and house that he had, man. So this verse 7, he says, so went Satan forth from the presence of the Lord and smote Job with sore boils from the sole of his foot unto his crown. And he took him a a potsherd to scrape himself withal, and he sat down among the ashes. Then said his wife unto him, Dost thou still retain thy integrity, so your honesty? She said, Curse God and die. So she was thrown off. He said, verse 10, he said, But he said unto her, Thou speakest as one as of the foolish woman speak. You feel me? So he telling like, but you speaking as a foolish woman. Like, what are you talking about? He said, What? Shall we receive good at the hand of the Most High and shall not receive evil? You feel me? You'll receive good and evil, man. He say, and all this did not Job sin with his lips, man. So even though Job went through all that stuff, man, he still ain't sin with his lips. Man, spiritual demon Satan came and took his after this, when you keep reading, he come and do a lot more things, man. But he spiritual demon Satan, man, he came and basically, man, just messed Joe's whole life up, man, to see if he would curse Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, but he didn't, So he endured those things, and that's what we gotta do. We gotta do those temptations, man, and the tribulation, man, the affliction that's going to come upon us, So with that being said, man, we're going to end it right there. That was just a quick little short breakdown. Lord willingly, it was edifying. So, Ka Halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rukakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone once again. And Shabbat Shalom to the elect out there. Shalom.